Am I the a-hole for refusing to move back after my stepfather kicked me out? I, 17F, was kicked out of my mom and her husband's house about 8 months ago, when I was still 16. Technically, he kicked me out, but honestly, I left more willingly than my mom wanted me to. It wasn't like I stormed out in a dramatic fight, but after everything that happened, I just couldn't picture myself staying in that house any longer. It felt suffocating, like every word I said or didn't say was being judged. My mom was heartbroken when I left, but I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. Since then, my mom has been pushing therapy for both of us. She insists it's the only way for us to rebuild, and while I've gone along with it, nothing has really changed how I feel. Now she's saying she wants me to move back in, that it's time for our family to be whole again. But I don't want that. I feel better and safer living with my grandparents, and the thought of returning to her house makes me feel anxious and trapped. The whole situation started because my mom read my private journal. She admitted she was snooping because she was worried about me. She said she thought I wasn't being honest about my feelings, so she decided to dig into them without my consent. What she found and confronted me with was that I don't feel close to my half-sister, for F now, 3 at the time. For context, I usually adore little kids. I babysit, I dote on my cousins, I've always been the type of person who melts when a toddler runs up to me. So my mom assumed I would naturally bond with my half-sister in the same way. But the truth is, I never really felt that deep sibling connection with her. I treat her kindly, I help when asked, I don't ignore her or bully her. But in my journal, I wrote that I didn't love her the way I love my older brother, 20M. To me, there's a difference between showing basic decency and actually feeling a bond. My mom was devastated by that. She kept pressing me, almost begging me, to take it back, to reassure her that I did love my sister as family. She tried twisting my words, searching for anything that could prove she was wrong about what I felt. But I couldn't lie to her face. I couldn't say I love her like a sister when I didn't feel that way. And then she brought up the parts in my journal about her husband. I had written that he wasn't my dad, that I didn't really like him, and that I only tolerated him because my mom loved him. I even called him an asshole in one entry after he made me miss a paternal relative's wedding just because it was his only day off and he wanted a family day. For me, that wasn't just a small inconvenience, it was me losing a memory I could never get back. When my mom tried to defend him by saying, "But we're a family too," I snapped back, "You're my family and technically she my half-sister, is. But he's just the guy you married." Unfortunately, her husband walked in right at that moment, and it blew up. He told me he had heard everything I said, and he completely lost it. He told me if he wasn't my father figure and his daughter wasn't good enough for me, then I could get out of his house. My mom tried to shut him down, but he doubled down, yelling that if I didn't want to acknowledge him or his child, then I didn't belong under his roof. I didn't even fight back. I just texted my grandpa to come get me, packed my bags, and left behind anything they had ever bought me. I didn't want him to say I was happy to take his money, but not give him the title of family. Since then, my mom has been clinging to this hope that I'll come back. She always says she misses me, that the therapy is working, that we're making progress. And recently, she's been pushing harder than ever, saying she wants me to come back and that we should all try living under the same roof again. When the therapist asked her if she was forcing me, she quickly said no, that she just wanted me to come back willingly. That's when I finally said it out loud. I don't want to move back in. I told her I'm happier at my grandparent house. I like seeing her on visits and having time together without all the pressure. Going back would just undo everything, and I don't want to live in a house where I feel unwanted by her husband and pressured to feel things I don't. My mom broke down crying, saying that this isn't how families become whole, that she thought by now I'd miss them so much I'd be begging to come home. But the truth is, I don't. I miss my mom sometimes, sure. But I don't miss the house, I don't miss him, and I don't miss pretending to be someone I'm not. So now I'm stuck wondering, am I the asshole for refusing to move back in, even though it breaks my mom's heart?